Uche lands in his ancestral village, excited to reconnect with his roots and spend Christmas with Ibuka. As his car rolls down the dusty roads, he marvels at the village's vibrant energy. He hasn't been here in years. The green hills and flowing rivers paint a picture of serenity, but something feels different this time. He notices the elders eyeing him suspiciously, whispering amongst themselves. He was not sure of their looks. Was it the car or me? NneEbuka, dressed in a traditional Igbo wrapper and headscarf, greets Uche with a warm hug. She invites him into her home, offering him palm wine and roasted plantains. The atmosphere feels welcoming, but Uche can't shake the feeling that something's wrong. NneEbuka insists that he should relax and enjoy the holiday, but Uche is too curious. He begins asking questions about the village's strange traditions and the secrets hidden in the hills. Later that evening, Uche and NneEbuka visit Nzeokwu, the village elder. Nzeokwu's hut is adorned with carved wooden masks, sacred beads, and ceremonial tools. He warns Uche that some stories are not meant to be uncovered, and there are forces in the village that protect its darkest secrets. Uche's curiosity grows, and Nzeokwu, despite his warnings, hints at something sinister buried beneath the village's serene facade. The village begins preparations for its grand Christmas festival. Decorations are a blend of Western-style Christmas lights and traditional Igbo ornaments. The air is thick with the smell of roasted goat meats, cow meats, yams, and pepper soup. As the night falls, fireworks, we call it knockout banger firework, a bonfire lights up the village square, and the people dance in celebration. Uche notices the villagers' festive joy, but also sees that there's an unusual intensity in their eyes, as if they are waiting for something. Late at night, Uche takes a walk through the village to clear his mind. He stumbles upon an old shrine that has long been abandoned, the entrance obscured by vines and foliage. The air feels thick and oppressive, as though the trees themselves are watching. Uche takes a closer look, finding strange markings on the ground, symbols he's never seen before. The next day, Uche digs deeper into his family's history. In NneEbuka's home, he discovers an old photograph of his great-grandfather, a man he's heard of only in hushed whispers. The picture shows his ancestors standing with Nzeokwu's grandfather, both wearing traditional robes and holding ceremonial staffs. Uche realizes that his family may have been involved in something far more complex than he could have imagined. Nzeokwu takes Uche and NneEbuka to a hidden clearing in the forest. There, they uncover an ancient stone tablet covered with intricate Igbo symbols. Nzeokwu explains that the village was once cursed by the spirits of the ancestors for betraying a sacred pact. Uche's great-grandfather was believed to be part of that betrayal, and now Uche is being drawn into a dangerous web of destiny and curse. Nzeokwu warns that the spirits are stirring once again. As Uche begins to unravel the mystery, the villagers become increasingly hostile. The Christmas celebrations take on a darker tone, and the once welcoming atmosphere turns cold. Uche senses that the villagers know more than they are letting on. It becomes clear that the festival is a cover for something far more sinister, a ritual that has been planned for years. The villagers are preparing to make a sacrifice. The night of the ritual arrives. Uche, NneEbuka, and Nzeokwu infiltrate the gathering, hidden in the shadows. The villagers, dressed in sacred attire, chant and dance around the stone altar, preparing for a ritual that involves a blood offering. The air is thick with tension as Uche realizes that the village's darkest secret is about to unfold. As the ritual begins, Uche and NneEbuka are discovered. A chaotic chase ensues through the dense forest, with the villagers in hot pursuit. The trio races through the woods, ducking behind trees and over streams, trying to escape the village's wrath. The sound of drums and chanting echoes through the trees, growing louder with each passing moment. The group reaches the heart of the forest, where a massive ancient tree stands, its roots twisted and gnarled. Nzeokwu reveals that this is the source of the village's power, and it's tied to the spirits that demand the village's loyalty. The elder must make a choice: continue to uphold the curse or break it forever. A fierce confrontation ensues, and Uche must decide whether to embrace his family's past or change the future for everyone. With Nzeokwu's guidance, Uche performs a ritual to break the curse. The spirits of the ancestors appear, and in a moment of tense silence, the curse is lifted. The earth shakes and the village is finally free from the shackles of its dark past. As the sun rises, the villagers emerge from the shadows, no longer bound by fear. The Christmas festival resumes, but this time is filled with true joy and unity. The village is forever changed. Uche decides to stay for a while longer, helping NneEbuka rebuild the community. The two of them sit by a fire one evening, talking about the future. Uche realizes that the greatest gift he could give the village is the knowledge of both the past and the future, honoring tradition while embracing progress. Months later, the village thrives. The Christmas journey that began as a search for truth has become a story of healing. The village embraces a new path, where secrets are no longer buried, and the community thrives in unity and prosperity. As Uche walks through the village square one last time, he smiles, knowing that the journey, though fraught with danger, has brought peace to his ancestral home. After the curse is broken, the village begins to rebuild, both physically and spiritually. Uche and NneEbuka work together, helping villagers restore homes and farms that had fallen into disrepair due to the village's history of fear and secrecy. The villagers, once divided, now unite in the spirit of rebuilding. Uche witnesses the resilience of the people and realizes that healing takes time, but the first steps have been taken. The village starts to change with a renewed sense of hope and purpose. The villagers realize that their survival and prosperity depend on a delicate balance between embracing their traditions and welcoming change. Uche proposes building a new school in the village, one that will teach both modern and traditional skills. The elders, initially hesitant, finally agree, seeing that education will be key to breaking free from past superstitions. As the school opens, children gather eager to learn, and the village, once trapped in its ancient ways, is now stepping into the future with open arms. At the town field, peace has returned to the village. The Christmas festival, which had once been overshadowed by darkness, is now filled with light and joy. Masqueraders and village gather in the square, dancing, singing, and sharing food. Uche and NneEbuka sit together by a large bonfire, surrounded by laughter. The decorations blend traditional Igbo elements with modern to Uche, symbolizing the harmonious fusion of both worlds. The village is truly united, embracing the future without forgetting its rich heritage. Nzeokwu, now relieved of the weight of the village's secrets, sits by the fire one evening, telling stories of the past to a group of eager children. He speaks of the ancestors, spirits, and the powerful forces that once ruled the land. The children listen intently, understanding that their culture and history are valuable, but that it's up to them to shape the future. Uche watches from the side, feeling a sense of pride for the village that has finally embraced both the old and the new. As the years go by, the village continues to thrive. Uche and NneEbuka work together to improve the community's infrastructure, and the elders ensure that traditions are passed down. A monument is erected in the village square, commemorating the journey that changed everything: the breaking of the curse, the return of peace, and the unity of the people. Uche and NneEbuka stand side by side with Nzeokwu, their faces proud as they look toward a future full of promise. With the village now healed, Uche faces a difficult decision should he return to Lagos. where his career awaits, or stay and continue to help the village grow. He stands at the edge of the village, watching the sun set over the horizon. The sounds of the village laughter, music, and the rustling of the leaves in the wind fill the air. Uche knows that his journey is far from over. The village has become part of him, and he has a responsibility to ensure its future. As he turns back to the village, he knows he's found his true calling. With the curse fully lifted, the village starts a new Christmas tradition. Uche and NneEbuka lead a procession of villagers, singing and dancing around the Christmas tree, which has been decorated with a mix of traditional Igbo ornaments and modern Christmas elements. The tree symbolizes the balance between the old and new, and the festival becomes a celebration of both family and heritage. The village has found its harmony, and Christmas is now a time for the people to remember their past, embrace their present, and look forward to the future. As the years go by, the village continues to flourish. The peace brought by the breaking of the curse endures, and the villagers live in harmony with nature, each other, and the ancestors. Uche and NneEbuka continue to work together to develop the village, ensuring that no secrets are hidden again. The village's future is bright, filled with hope, prosperity, and unity. The legacy of the Christmas journey that once threatened the peace of the village now stands as a reminder of the strength that comes from facing the past and embracing the future. Uche and NneEbuka stand together at the heart of the village, looking proudly at the thriving community they've helped rebuild. The school is full of eager students, the foundations are flourishing, and the once dying traditions are now cherished and respected. The village has transformed, and so has Uche. He no longer feels disconnected from his roots, but deeply tied to the land and the people who raised him. The village has a new legacy, one of peace, knowledge, and unity that will last for generations to come. The moral lesson of the story is unity, courage, and embracing change help overcome challenges and create a brighter future for all. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more exciting adventures. Share this journey with your friends, and let's keep the magic of storytelling alive. I am Enlightened Okoye. Thank you for watching.